This presentation will cover some features, controls, and the safe operation of the GEM carts. To help you become more comfortable with the vehicle, take the time to read the owner's manual and become thoroughly familiar with it. Before you operate the cart, you should also read all the safety labels on the vehicle. They are a good practical source of safety information when you're operating the vehicle. The driver's area of the cart features the accelerator and brake pedals, the key switch, 2 lever controls on either side of the steering wheel, a direction switch, a USB port, 3 accessory switches and a glove box, the gauge, and the handbrake. The seats in the GEM can be adjusted forward or rearward. The seat adjustment lever is directly under the front of the seat. Make sure the seat latches securely in position. The gauge has a mode button for selecting mode options and contains a speedometer, indicator lamps, and a rider information center. When the key switch is turned clockwise to the on position, the display will light up and all electrical accessories can be used. Leaving the key in the on position will discharge the battery. Always turn the key to the off position when not operating. Remove the key from the ignition to prevent unauthorized use. The lighted features of the gauge include the battery charge indicator, the drive mode or direction indicator, brake light indicator, turn signals and hazards, the high and low beam indicators, the seatbelt indicator, a general warning light, the information display, and various fault indicators. Pushing the mode button will allow the driver to access data from the rider information center. This information includes the odometer reading, a trip meter, the state of charge, here showing that the battery is 94% charged, the range meter, which gives the approximate mileage left on a charge, the efficiency rate of the battery, the time, and this indicator, which is not mentioned in the owner's manual, nor have we been able to find its meaning as yet on the web. The left control lever contains the turn signal switch, the horn switch, the headlight on-off switch, and the high-low headlight beam switch. To operate the turn signal, move the lever downward to signal a left turn and move it upward to signal a right turn. Pull the control lever toward the driver's seat to toggle the headlights between high beam and low beam. Press the tip of the left control lever inward to sound the horn. The right control lever contains the hazard signal switch and the windshield wiper and washer switches. To operate the hazard signal, press the tip of the lever inward to cause all turn signal lamps to flash simultaneously. Press the switch again to cancel the hazard signals. The direction switch is located on the dash. Move the switch fully upward to operate in forward mode. For neutral, move the switch to the center position to prevent the vehicle from moving if the accelerator is pressed. Move the switch fully downward to operate in reverse mode. A reverse warning alert will automatically sound when the key is on and reverse mode is selected. Always bring the vehicle to a complete stop before changing the position of the direction switch. GEM vehicles feature your automotive-style brake and accelerator pedals. To operate the accelerator pedal, gradually push the accelerator pedal toward the floor to begin moving or to increase vehicle speed. Holding the accelerator pedal down continuously will accelerate the vehicle to maximum speed, which is 25 miles an hour. To slow the vehicle, release the accelerator pedal and apply the brake. The electric motor provides additional braking force when the brake pedal is applied. To set the parking brake, pull the parking brake lever slightly upward and toward the center of the vehicle. To release the parking brake, press and hold the parking brake release button and move the lever to the disengaged position. Always set the parking brake when leaving the vehicle unattended or when loading and unloading passengers. If the key is turned off without setting the parking brake, an alert will sound. Just set the parking brake to end the alert. When the parking brake is set and the brake indicator light is illuminated, the vehicle will not move. Be sure the parking brake is fully disengaged before driving. If it is not fully disengaged, the vehicle will not move. The USB port is on the dash below the direction indicator. Do not plug in devices exceeding 25 watts. Damage to the vehicle electrical system may occur or an accessory fuse may blow. The gem cart is also equipped with switches for a windshield defroster, a dome light, and a rotating beacon which sits on the roof of the cart. When picking up a passenger or dropping them off, turn on both the hazard lights and the rotating beacon. Always perform a complete pre-trip inspection to make sure it's in safe operating condition. Operating a damaged vehicle can result in an accident. Pay special attention to the steering to ensure free operation, seat belt and latches to ensure that they fasten securely, tire condition and pressure, and the accelerator and brake pedals for proper operation. Also check all lights on the cart, the horn for proper operation, and the backup alarm sounds. Failure of any of these items may be factors that cause an accident or injury. Finally, make sure the mirrors are adjusted for proper side and rear view. As they are not electrical, it may be advisable to have another van operator help with this. For basic operation after performing the pre-trip inspection, get in the vehicle and adjust the seat. Check the mirrors and adjust them as necessary. GEM vehicles are equipped with 3-point lap and diagonal seat belts for all occupants. Always make sure the seat belts are secured for the operator and all passengers before operating. When you are ready to begin driving, turn the key to the on position. Apply the brake and disengage the parking brake. Move the direction switch to the desired position. Check your surroundings and determine your path of travel before you allow the cart to move. When backing, a backup camera sends a video to a monitor on the rearview mirror. Use this in conjunction with the other available mirrors on the cart to back safely. The GEM carts do not have backup lights. When the cart is in reverse, turn on the hazards and the beacon light. To stop the vehicle, release the accelerator pedal completely and brake to a complete stop. Always come to a complete stop before changing the position of the direction switch. Drive slowly and practice maneuvering the accelerator and brakes on level surfaces. Operating this vehicle at excessive speeds increases the operator's risk of losing control. Always operate at a speed that is appropriate for the traffic, for the visibility, operating conditions, and your skills. Never turn abruptly or at sharp angles. Never turn at high speeds. Practice turning at slow speeds before turning at faster speeds. Be especially cautious when moving onto and turning into surfaces of differing angles, such as the turn into the W08 lot from South Church Street. Keep in mind that the cab frame is not designed or intended to provide for rollover protection. Avoid situations that could result in a rollover. If you are out of traffic and will be idle for a minute or more, set the parking brake and turn the key off. Leaving the key on will discharge the batteries. Remember to always have the direction switch in neutral and the parking brake set when loading or unloading passengers. If you are leaving the vehicle unattended, always set the parking brake and remove the key. It will be paratransit policy to charge the cart whenever it is at base 2 unless it is fully charged or the office is closed. Before charging, inspect the cord for cracks, loose connections, and frayed wiring. Never use a damaged cord. To charge the batteries, always connect the charging cord to the vehicle's charge receptacle first. Then plug the cord into a wall receptacle. Shortly after connecting the charging cord to an electrical outlet, the charger will power on and begin charging the batteries. When the charging process begins, the gauge in the vehicle will turn on and display C as well as the current state of charge. As charge is depleted, illuminated bars begin to turn off from right to left. Remaining bars indicate the remaining battery charge. Each bar represents 10%. The charge shown here indicates 6 bars, so the battery has been charged between 50 and 60% of its capacity. When charging is completed, be sure to disconnect the cord from the wall receptacle first. Then disconnect the cord from the vehicle's charge receptacle by first pressing down on the release button at the top and then pulling the connector straight out. Georgia law states that low-speed vehicles, such as the GEM carts, are prohibited from traveling on roadway areas with a posted speed limit of more than 35 miles per hour. Paratransit has designated these and other areas of campus as no-go zones. Let's start at North Campus. Travel is permitted on West Broad Street only as far west as the Hull Street intersection, which is the corner where Broad Street Studios are. No carts are permitted beyond this point toward the Varsity. Travel is permitted on Oconee Street only heading east from Athens. Carts are not permitted past Williams Street. Drivers must turn right on Williams. No carts are permitted on Oconee Street going up the hill heading west toward Athens. Travel is permitted on East Campus Road south to Carlton Street. No carts are permitted beyond this point. Neither are they to travel on the Millage Road extension or Rogers Road. Consequently, no carts are permitted to family housing buildings J through V. No carts are permitted on College Station Road. They may, however, cross College Station on River Road over to the intramural fields. Travel is permitted on Millage Avenue all the way from its north end at Prince Avenue south to Southview Drive. Carts are not to go beyond this point. Answers to questions regarding these restrictions may be found in the Red Book or through Base 2.